So let's kind of talk about what steps you've taken so far since tutoring isn't available.
Pretty much nothing.
Pretty much
I
nothing.
mean, I've asked the girl next to me in class,
Mhm.
you know, but
She wasn't.
she wasn't really helpful.
Okay.
You know, she tried, but she failed.
All right. Okay. Have you tried talking to your professor about your struggles in
I
class?
did. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that go?
Well, I mean, he said, well, try some other things and then come back to me. And, you know, I don't think him and I get along very well.
Okay.
But
What
I need
types of
this class.
things did he suggest?
He suggests going to tutoring services. And then he walked out of the door.
Okay. Have you had a follow-up conversation to tell him that tutoring services is not available for this particular class?
I mean, I sent him an email.
Okay.
Don't all professors read their email? Isn't that in their contract?
Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not a professor, so I don't exactly know what their contract says. However, I would suggest maybe trying to talk to him. Do you have your class this week again?
I do.
Okay, so maybe try and have a conversation with him before or after class to talk about that issue, that there's no tutoring services available.
Okay.
He might have some other ideas for things you could try in the class.
I mean, but it's like week 12. You know,
Right.
finals are about to happen.
Mm-hmm. This is true, they're coming up. So at this point, you're completely failing the class. Is that
Well,
what
I'm
I
not
hear you say?
completely
No?
failing.
Okay.
I'm like, you know, I got like a C minus. So I need to do really well in the final.
Okay. What grade are you shooting for?
I need to get at least a C.
At
Just
least a C.
to go on to the next class.
To the next class, okay. Do you know anybody else in your class? I know you said you talked to the girl next to you, but do you have any friends or any other people in your class?
I got a few.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried talking to them?
They all say it's super hard. I mean, everybody's just on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to train.
Okay. So have you thought about maybe like forming a study group or some type of group together where you can talk about different things going on in class or kind of help each other through the class?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty decent idea.
Mm-hmm. So what other ideas do you think might be helpful for you?
I don't know. I mean, I've tried listening to the radio and just, you know, trying to practice listening
Okay.
to the radio that way,
Mhm.
which the teacher suggested in class.
Okay.
But, you know, there's nobody to check my work.
Right, right. Could you set something up with your professor maybe so that they can check your work for you, or maybe partner with someone in your class to do that and check each other's work?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, so that
Could
might
try
be an
that.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other ideas you've thought of or maybe tried?
No, those are pretty much it. You know, I'm just really, I thought I was getting it. You know, I was doing
Mhm.
well. I struggled through last year's class, but now this year, whew, it's hard.
Okay. Now for the final, is it cumulative?
No, it's not cumulative.
No. Okay.
You walk in and it's a performance one-on-one with the teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you feeling about that?
Oh, I'm nervous.
Nervous.
Pretty anxious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it possible for you to talk to your professor and see if you could set something up ahead of time to practice maybe?
I don't know. Like I said, I sent him an email, but he just hasn't responded.
Right.
And he doesn't give me
right.
his phone number, so I can't text him
Right. Sometimes professors prefer to talk face to face.
face to face.
Mhm.
Ah.
Yeah. That's
You know,
good
I
practice.
really just like texting. You know, I just if I could just text him or email him, you know, that'd be better.
Right, I understand that. But I would suggest talking to him this week, face to face, so then
Talking
you
to him
might get
face-to-face?
things sorted out this week. Since it is week 12, like you said, that might be a
Right.
good idea to get
Okay.
some feedback right away.
Maybe. I think maybe. I don't know. Is that the only way? Sure, you can't call him.
No, but unfortunately, I won't be able to call him.
You can't call him for me.
I don't think so.
Oh. Maybe I'll get my mom to call him. That's what I'll do.
Well, there are some guidelines at the university called FERPA, so we can't release information to
FERPA.
anyone else. So you'll definitely
Ah.
have to talk to him.
Oh,
This will be
okay.
good practice, too, for a professional job when you work with employers. So think of it that way.
All right.
And you
Sure.
might need to talk to professors in the future.
You're right. You know, I'll give that a shot.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I'll talk to him.
So you were saying you're nervous about the final exam because it's a performance. Have you thought of any other ways to practice for that?
Well, they say eat a lot of bananas before a performance, and then it helps your
Okay.
anxiety go down. So I've just been eating a lot of bananas,
All right, I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
but you know, it doesn't work out very well. I'm still
Okay,
nervous.
all right. So we've talked before about working with people in your classes. Have you thought about partnering with somebody and practicing?
Not before today,
Okay.
so I'll give it a shot though.
All right.